So by the end of the first episode, we had a team that was looking a little bit like this. It wasn't amazing by any means, but over the next couple of days, I managed to go ahead and pick up a team of the season player from my daily login rewards, which got us a left mid at 105 overall, which was really helpful for our lineup. I then went ahead and played through some of the heroes events to get some free players, and on the very first pack, I picked up a Liverpool legend Dudek at 106 overall. But the second time I played through the promo event, I did go ahead and get myself yet another goalkeeper, which was a little bit unfortunate. It was 105 overall this time, so slightly worse. And the third and final time I played through the heroes event, I managed to pick myself up a 105 overall central attacking mid, which definitely helped our lineup quite a bit. Now, aside from that, I had been looking to buy some Manchester City players on the market, and the only ones that I found which were selling were team of the week players. So unfortunately, there are only 3 in total that you can go ahead and pick up, and those are the Kevin De Bruyne, who is 104 overall, and that 103 overall Riyad Mahrez, and of course the 104 John Stones, who we had in the last episode. So after picking up those, I was still looking for another couple of Manchester City players, and I managed to pick up a Ruben Diaz somehow on the market. Someone was selling him. I was quick and I managed to go ahead and pick him up. So that put us up at 5 Manchester City players, and I was trying to buy a ton more on the market, but no one was selling any, and the prices for some of them were absolutely nuts. So I went looking throughout the entire games to try and find some extra Manchester City players hidden away somewhere, maybe in an event, but it came to the exchange sets where I realized there was a Kyle Walker. You needed to exchange 3 100 plus overall Manchester City players, and as luck would have it, the only City players that were selling on the market were those team of the week players. However, I would need an absolute ton of coins to be able to get them, because I was only sitting at about 400k coins, and I needed at least 1.4 million coins per team of the week player. So I managed to go ahead and play through some division rivals to put myself at 1 million coins before I headed on and looked at the Hall of Legends challenge mode. This is where you had to go ahead and enter by spending 1 million coins, with the reward of winning 3 million coins if you made it up towards champion. However, my team wasn't that good at all. I was only sitting at about 98 overall, which is still fairly decent, but I knew playing through challenge mode, I would come up against some really good opponents, and that is exactly what happened. In the very first game, we were coming up against a team with a very strong attack, midfield and defense. You can see a 108, 106 and 106 over there for all 3 different sort of sections, which made it a very tough first opponent. But we started off fairly strong, and then they went on the counter attack and absolutely flew past everyone to get themselves the first goal. So I thought it's going to be a long way back from here, and it was fairly tight until we managed to play it all the way up to Kevin De Bruyne, who ran through their entire team instead, skilling up absolutely everyone and going ahead with a lovely finesse shot to get the equalizer just before the second half. And then with 1 extra minute in the half, we managed to play the ball out wide to our left winger, who we got from the daily login rewards, that team of the season, to cross it into Mahrez, who finishes it off with a lovely header to get ourselves up before the halftime whistle. And at this point, I just needed to hold on to the lead, but I was still trying to push and get myself a couple goals ahead, and it came in the form of Maya with a lovely through ball to Kai Havertz, and then all he had to do was finish it on that left-hand side, beating the keeper to get ourselves another goal. And then we were just on fire at the moment, with our left winger going around his opponent and going down that wing, and we were looking for another cross to De Bruyne, who manages to finish it off with a lovely volley to seal the win and make it 4-1 to us, giving ourselves a very comfortable lead. And then I wasn't done there, because I wanted one more goal, and Kai Havertz finished it off with an easy close range effort to make it 5-1, and I think that was pretty much the end of the game. So we were through 1 round, which gave us a total of 1.4 million coins, but I wanted to try and go all the way and get myself to that final and win the total of 3 million coins. But our next opponent had a 107 attack, a 104 midfield and a 103 defense, and I knew this was going to be a little bit more of a challenge. We started off really quickly with a goal from Riyad Mahrez, who managed to do a lovely finesse shot around the keeper in the 5th minute to get ourselves an early goal. So I just needed to hold on like I'd done in that second game, and I was pushing and pushing to try and get some more goals, but we went a long time without anything before we managed to win the ball in our own half, and then it was just the Mahrez show from there, running all the way down the pitch, beating himself pretty much, as he also had a Riyad Mahrez on his team. We played a lovely through ball to De Bruyne, who hits it first time and gets it on that left-hand side, scoring in that 40th minute. And then we were still playing some decent football. We had Havertz playing a lovely over-the-top through ball with De Bruyne coming through with an insane volley to finish that one off, getting himself his second goal in the game. But unfortunately, we didn't manage to keep a clean sheet as they played a fairly nice through ball to their Riyad Mahrez, who managed to knock one in down the other end to put it up to 3-1 as the final score. So we were through round 2 and on to the quarterfinals now. At this time, we faced a decent opponent who had a 100 overall team. But with head-to-head, it's all about the skill. The players can only help you so much, so it's down to us to try and get the win. And unfortunately, we went behind at the very beginning of the game with them scoring an easy finesse shot in the 18th minute. But we finally managed to make a break when we got a lovely through ball to Kevin De Bruyne, who managed to finish off the finesse shot, scoring to level up the game in the 57th minute. And from there, me and our opponent were both trying to break the other one, but we couldn't manage to find a way through to get a goal on either end. So it ended off being a 1-1 draw, which is fairly decent. At least we drew and we didn't lose, so we were allowed to retry. And this time we came up against an even tougher opponent. This guy had a 103 overall lineup compared to our 98 lineup, which is a massive 5 overall difference. And they started strong with a quick goal from their centre forward, who scored going around our opponents in the box and just finishing that one off. So I knew I needed a goal to try and get even with them. They came through with another goal from their right mid to put it up to 2-0 and make it a lot tougher. And through the first half, we were pretty much just all the way on the back foot, trying to just defend for our lives and make sure the lead wasn't going to increase at all. And it was only until the second half started did we manage to get on the attack a bit with a lovely through ball to our left mid, who managed to finish it off first time and get ourselves a goal to put it up to 2-1. And then we needed another goal, so I played it over to Riyad Mahrez, who managed to do a lovely rainbow flick to get over his man. Play it over to De Bruyne, who unfortunately got his shot saved, which led us to a corner. Another opportunity to level up the game. We play it over to Ruben Diaz, who comes through with a header to equalize the game at 80 minutes played. So we still had time to maybe get a win. It wasn't impossible, and after some lovely build-up play, we play it over to Kevin De Bruyne with another through ball to our left mid, and we're just going to keep running down the wing, find the space. We'll play it over to De Bruyne again, and he's going to finish it off in the 87th minute to put it up to 3-2 for us. But our opponent was not done. He really wanted to get an equalizer, but he was going to run out of time, and we won 3-2 on a really tight game. So that put us through to the next round, which we came up against an absolutely insane opponent. He had a 114 attack, a 132 midfield, and a 120 defense, which is absolutely nuts. And this was definitely our toughest opponent of the lot. I held my own, scoring very early on with a lovely goal from one of that centre mids that we got on the very first video, scoring in the 18th minute with a finesse shot to get ourselves up in the lead. And then we managed to double that lead, playing a lovely through ball to Kai Havertz down the wing for him to just go ahead and cross it over to Kevin De Bruyne to finish off an easy header to put us up to 2-0. But then it sort of fell apart a little bit with our opponent playing an easy through ball to Salah and then playing it over into the box to Ronaldo, who managed to finish off the volley, which was absolutely insane on his part. But that put us up to 2-1, and we just needed to hold on. We didn't have too long to go in the game, and all we needed to do was stop them from scoring. Unfortunately, we had 5 minutes added on, and Benzema, with a lovely roulette, he managed to come through and score at the very end to tie up the game, denying us from getting the win and progressing to the next round, unfortunately. But at least we didn't lose again, which gave us another chance to be able to go ahead and win. And this time we came up against a fairly easier opponent who disconnected, it looked like, from the very beginning of the game. But it was still a tightly contested match with us going ahead 2-1 to end off that game. And then we were through to the final. This one we had to win to guarantee ourselves those 3 million coins, which I really wanted. But unfortunately, after going behind by not 1 goal but 2, we had to just hold on and try and get the lead. And we managed to come through with Riyad Mahrez over here, going down that right-hand wing, cutting in a little bit, doing a rainbow flick, and just getting a bit lucky with the bounces and managing to finish that off top bins on the left-hand corner. But then down the other end, they wanted another goal, and they came through with their striker to be able to score again. His pace was absolutely unreal to put themselves up 3-1 in total, and that was going to be the end of the first half. So they were 3-1 up, and they just kept increasing the lead to 4-1, and we came back to make it 4-2 with De Bruyne, and then 4-3 as well with De Bruyne. So I thought we might have a slight chance of being able to get the win, but they were too good for us in the end, and they managed to hold out, score another goal to make it 5-3, and that was going to be the end of the game. But of course, in challenge mode, you get one final retry, and this time we are coming up against Bayern Munich, who had a 102 overall team, and this game was really, really tight. We had Havertz scoring in the 32nd minutes for their team. Unfortunately, with a fairly easy header, someone should have just jumped up and knocks it away, but they scored to put them up 1-0 on us, and we just again wanted to get another goal. And then I managed to come through, playing the ball around fairly nicely, just trying to get around our opponent. We managed to find Riyad Mahrez. We managed to keep control of the ball and finish it on that top left-hand corner to level up the game, making it 1-1. But it wasn't over, because our opponent just before the half managed to make an easy cross and finish off a tough header with their striker to put them back up in front at 2-1. And then in the second half, they came through with a corner to finish off a header with Savic over there, making it a 3-1 lead for them. So it's going to be incredibly difficult for us to make a comeback. But we managed to get a penalty, and De Bruyne, of course, is going to finish that one every day of the week in the top right-hand corner. And then we managed to go ahead and play a lovely through ball to our centre mid, who managed to finish that one off on the right-hand side to level up the game in the 75th minute. But it wasn't over, because our opponent came through again with his striker to make it 4-3. And then they came through again at the very end to score a 5th goal to make it 5-3. And that was going to be it for the game, unfortunately, losing it at 5-3. So unfortunately, we didn't manage to go ahead and claim ourselves 3 million coins, but we managed to get 2.7 million coins for making it to the semi-finals. So on top of all those coins, we managed to claim up some other coins from some passes and of course some quests. So now we are sitting at 3.8 million coins, and we can go ahead and claim up the star pass now, where I've managed to get myself a 104 plus team of the season player and a 103 team of the season player. Let's see who we are going to get. Hopefully it's a high overall player. It's not a walkout. We get our coins, training transfer items, pass points, and our first player is going to be another centre mid over there, a 105 overall, and our second player, another centre mid. So we've got an absolute ton of centre mids at the moment at fairly high overalls. But we are able to now go ahead and claim up this Kyle Walker, because I've managed to go ahead and buy myself another 3 Riyad Mahrez's over there. So we can exchange them for this 107 right back Kyle Walker, who is definitely going to help our lineup. As we see, if we just auto build over there, we're going to go up to a 107 overall team, which is massive improvement. And we've got players in completely the wrong positions at the moment. And we've also got a ton of skill boost, which we can go ahead and upgrade as well, which is definitely going to also help our lineup. So I'll quickly upgrade these. So we go up to a 109 overall team. Of course, we got a bunch of players out of position with too many center mids at the moment. So I'll try and buy some better players at the positions required. I think this is the best formation that we've got at the moment, with everyone fitting into position. And of course, we'll try and go ahead and claim up that 113 overall center back, because we've now got 6 Manchester City players to be able to do these quests over here. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything else you recommend I do in the game. If you want to go check out the very first episode that led us to this one, go check out the video in the bottom left hand corner, and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.